So I thought that I was going to have to tell you guys that Omar had died. I was positive that he was going to. I don't know what happened. I had to pee really bad, and it was the middle of the night. You guys know we put him out on our deck to go to the bathroom, You know that I had to do that when I broke my foot. We do it in the wintertime. I've had him out in the snow. And I was gonna pee myself. I had to go really bad. So I had him out there because he had just woken up and he was howling and he was having to go, I wasn't gone long. I know I wasn't gone long. I know how long something is. I didn't want him out there alone at all. I was gonna pee myself, and I was not gone long. A few minutes tops. I go out there and he's lying on his side and he's going like this, and I thought that we have boxes out there to block, but he's blind. He's not trying to jump over boxes or something. I thought that he was gonna. I got him, and he was still. His head was shaking, and he was spastic. He was convulsing, and he was throwing up. And when I was carrying him, he was going to the bathroom. He was, as far as I was concerned, he was dead. Okay, he was gonna die. And I remained calm. I mean, obviously, I'm tearing up, but I can't. You cannot complain rationally. If your dog has lived 15 years, you cannot complain. So I was like, alright, if this is the end, I don't know what happened to him. I had my eyes off him just very briefly. And I was positive. I mean, you would be too. He's convulsing. I find him on his side, like having a seizure or some kind of thing. Just like my mom, I found, that was the first time when that happened when my mom had her seizure. She'd had other seizures. I just had never witnessed it ever. Okay. So obviously, I mean, that's way more serious. That was my mom. But finding Omar like that was awful. I thought like maybe he'd either broken his neck, and then I remember Munchkin, remember my gerbil. I killed, when I was 16, accidentally killed Munchkin. Because she was running around the bedroom, and you wouldn't, and I leaned down where my bedspread was, and you would have not thought that was just pure chance, because she could have been anywhere in the big bedroom, and instead she was right that one spot where I leaned down. Tells me that I was just meant to fucking kill her, so if I can hate myself, and it was an accident. Because how the hell did it was just pure chance. She could have been anywhere in the whole room, anywhere under the bed, and instead the one little spot I leaned down with my hand was where she was. Okay, and then I killed her, and she was spasming, but she died. I thought Omar was dead. That's the bottom line. I thought he was gonna die, and it's like, well, this is it. He's 15. You have no right. You cannot complain, Laura. He's lived so long. So now when he does die for real, which at his age can be any time, I mean, we have to get real here. Oh, I've already experienced it, and it was horrible, you know. And then I was in a state of shock because I'm still in a state of shock. I'm still because when he didn't die, I then had no means to get him to emergency to save him. See, I was positive he was going to die. Then he didn't die. And then I was like, there's something seriously wrong. We've got to get him to the emergency. That's when I woke up my mom. I'm like, Mom, Omar's going to die. I can't, we have no way. We have no one to call. It's the middle of the night. You know, I had her hold him on her lap, and I'm trying on the computer find a taxi service. And, you know, not all the taxis, I can't do Uber. We don't have a smartphone. We don't have smartphones. We want smartphones. And one time years ago, I tried setting up Uber on the desktop computer, and it was just ridiculous. Couldn't do it. So I find a taxi service. They don't answer even though they say 24 hours. One time I found a taxi service that claimed to be 24 hours, but it actually wasn't. It was 23 hours. Like, there was a certain time that it stopped, but it just says 24 hours. But no one called me back. And I had to be honest. I need a ride to the emergency, the vet emergency, which the nearest one's about 45 minutes away from here, I guess. Something like that. Maybe a little less, but nevertheless, I didn't get a call back. If they were open 24 hours, maybe they're thinking, I don't want that person, you know. No one really gives a shit about anything these days or anybody, as far as I'm concerned, for the most part. So they probably thought, I don't want the dog to be in my car. It might die in my car. It might have a shit. It might, you know. And I said I have a crate for him. But anyway, they didn't call me back, bottom line. What am I supposed to do? Sit here and watch my dog die? So what did I do? There's nobody to call. Okay, I don't know anybody. That's why I don't even want to be around here. You know what I mean? That's why overall I loved being with Joe, but I had to worry about her all the time. And in the end, my worry proved justified. So, what could I do? There's nothing that I could do. So what did I decide to do? My mom, we got dressed. I had her hold Omar while I got dressed. She came with me because if he was gonna die, you know, she would want to say goodbye. I had her holding him and he was throwing up. We decided just to walk, and it was like a little after 6, and see if anyone took pity on us. And in the end, I was gonna walk to the vets, holding Omar, putting him in a crate, carrier. I don't want to put him in the carrier because I could be holding him and he could die and I wouldn't even know. At least if he's in my arms, I'll know if he dies, you know. So in the end, I was gonna walk because I can't just sit at home here and not be able to do anything, you know. And thought maybe someone in the neighborhood would take pity. Well, I sent my mom back because she can't walk there with me. It's miles away, okay? She flagged down somebody. We didn't know them, but it didn't matter. It was a woman, and we got a ride just to the place that he goes, you know, local, and it wasn't going to open yet, so we had to sit outside, and it was fucking freezing. And then when the people came in, it wasn't a vet that comes in. It's just like front desk people or whatever, but they at least let us sit inside. and Omar was stable. He had he was going to the bathroom, but not diarrhea. I gotta get um long story short, my mom said, it was freezing out and it hurt, and I'm like, I mean, I've had him out in the snow. He's lived in the winter for all these years now. You know, he's lived in the winter for 10 years and lived in California for his first 5 years of his life. So, but, and he wasn't out there for that long. But him being, I don't know, maybe it was just too cold for him. And he's out there not knowing if he's going to be left out there to freeze to death. It was only a few minutes, couple minutes. It wasn't long, believe me. I was going to pee. I had to run, and I had him out, and I'm like, oh shit, I have to go pee. And I know he's safe out there as far as I know. So hundreds of dollars, did major blood work, but he wound up being fine. He's lost weight again, so I gotta feed him more. I've given him plenty based on that box of that human grade food, the Honest Kitchen. It says for 11 to 30 pounds, give a half of dry to 1 cup of dry. For average, he's not active. He stays very sedentary, so I've been giving him plenty of food. He wasn't dehydrated, which shows me good because I always offer him water. He doesn't want it, and the vet's like, yeah, that's common a lot of times if they get it enough in their wet food, which is made with water, so it's just like having that food dry and then taking a gulp of water. But he's not dehydrated at all, and he seems to be fine. So my mom might be right. It might have been too fucking cold for him, but in my mind, nothing can happen to the dog in just a few minutes, even with the short hair. But maybe it did. Maybe he can't stand it. It's not like he got frostbite, but maybe he just couldn't stand even a few minutes out in that freezing cold. I don't think we're ever gonna know. I mean, hopefully the blood work comes out fine, but if it does, it means, just like when my mom gets seizures, if you look them up online, we don't know what causes them and what it says. It could be this, it could be this, it could be this. Right? So I was positive he was going to die, and I had to deal with it. I had to accept it, and I can't even be upset. I gotta get him, but I will never, ever, ever have him out there alone again. We went out earlier, and it was fucking freezing out. I thought that it was supposed to be starting to warm up, but my mom said it was bitter, bitter cold. Okay. She heard on the news anyway, but I had him out there. I counted, and I was out there with him, and I had him out for 1 minute, and that was it. He didn't even go to the bathroom. It's never gonna happen again. You understand? I will never, ever, ever take my eyes off of Omar again. Ever. So, I mean outside. And here, if he's just in the kitchen eating his food, which takes him a long time, he scrapes it out of the bowl. But I will never take my eyes off of him ever, ever again outside, ever, for the rest of his life. I will never do it again. It was a few minutes, tops, and I find him convulsing. It's like I found my mom, my mom, I heard her scream, and that happened to her, shortly into this pandemic. We don't know why that happened to her. Could have been stress. So if stress can cause it, then if he's stressed being out there, maybe he needed to go to the bathroom and it was so cold that it's clenched up his sphincter muscles or something, his anal sphincter, and then he just gave up. And then I find him, like I said, side convulsing. To me, that is a seizure, because what else is it? But I slept all day, we slept all day. We got up every time he had to go to the bathroom. He loves the new food. He hasn't had any diarrhea. He goes good poo-poos. This will never happen again. Never. I won't even leave my mom to watch him. I won't even leave him. It will never happen again.